Never underestimate a quiet man. Soft chuckle, almost to himself. Didn't see you there, mate. Coffee dripped from the table, straight onto his jeans. The big guy smirked. His mates laughed like it was the funniest thing all week. The black father said nothing. He just slowly closed his book, stood up, and looked up. One look. That's all it took. The whole cafe went dead silent. The bully thought he'd picked an easy target. He was about to find out how wrong he was. Every Saturday morning at 9:30 sharp, Ethan Cross walks into the morning grind. Same order. Every time. Black coffee. No sugar. The barista, a young woman called Mia with bright eyes and a quick smile, stopped asking what he wanted months ago. She just nods the second he steps through the door, and starts pouring before he even reaches the counter. Corner booths free, she says, sliding the cup over. Your throne awaits, Mr. Mysterious. Ethan gives her the smallest smile. Cheers, Mia. He walks to the back of the cafe, past a few early birds hunched over laptops and broadsheets. The corner booth is against the wall, tucked beside the window that looks out on the quiet street. He slides in, back to the wall, facing the door. Old habit. 4 years out of the game, and some things never leave you. He pulls a battered paperback from his jacket. Spine cracked. Pages yellow. Meditations. Marcus Aurelius. He's read it so many times the words live inside him now. But he still opens it every week. There's comfort in the familiar. The cafe smells like fresh roasted beans and warm cinnamon rolls. Soft jazz drifts from the corner speakers. Outside, a mum pushes a buggy past, while her golden retriever trots alongside. Ethan watches them go by, then drops his eyes back to the page. This is his hour. One quiet hour before he picks Zoe up from piano at 11. 1 hour where the world feels peaceful. He pictures her right now, probably sitting at the piano, tongue poking out the side of her mouth like it always does when she's concentrating. 8 years old. Already more determined than most grown-ups he's ever met. She got that from her mum, Lena. The name floats up, soft but steady. 4 years since cancer took her. The grief isn't sharp anymore. Most days, he can carry it. He remembers her voice in those last weeks. Weak, but never wavering. Her hand gripping his, stronger than it had any right to be. Promise me one thing, she whispered. Let Zoe see a dad who controls his strength, not one who's controlled by it. Ethan spent 18 years in the Royal Marines. Special Forces. Places most people never hear about. Things he still dreams about. When Lena got sick, he walked away. No hesitation. Traded the green beret for a carpenter's apron. Traded night raids for bedtime stories. Never regretted it. Not once. The coffee's still hot when the door flies open. Bell jangling like it's been kicked. 3 blokes barge in, loud, laughing. Voices slicing through the calm like a broken bottle. Ethan glances up. Just once. Then back to his book. The one in front, big, not fit anymore, but broad. Expensive polo stretched tight over his belly. Flashy watch catching the light every time he waves his arm. His 2 mates orbit him like eager satellites. 3 lattes, the big one announces. Not looking at Mia. Make it quick. We've got places to be. MIA's smile tightens, just a flicker. Coming right up, Jay. Ethan turns a page. But his eyes are already tracking them in his peripheral. Old habit. Jay collects the drinks. Turns to find a seat. His gaze sweeps the room, entitled, Territorial. Until it lands on Ethan in the corner. Something ugly flashes across his face. Ethan knows that look. The look of a man who needs to feel big. And just spotted someone he thinks can't push back. The bump was no accident. Jay walks straight into the edge of Ethan's table. Hard enough to slosh coffee everywhere. Across the open book. Across Ethan's jeans. "Oh, my bad," Jay says. Voice thick with fake apology. He doesn't step back. Doesn't offer a napkin. Just stands there smirking. "Didn't see you there, buddy." His mates snigger from the next table. Ethan looks down at the ruined pages. The brown stain spreading across his trousers. Then he looks up. At the man towering over him. He says nothing. The silence seems to wind Jay up even more. He leans in. Lowers his voice to a mocking hiss. "Philosophy books, eh? Fancy stuff, for someone like you. Thought your lot just read benefits forms." The cafe has gone completely quiet. Everyone's watching. No one moves. "Name's Miller, by the way," he carries on. Clearly loving this. "In case you were wondering who just ruined your morning." Ethan closes the book slowly. Sets it aside. Coffee drips, drip, drip, onto the floor. "I'm not wondering anything," he says. Voice calm. Measured. "I'm asking you to walk away." Miller's smirk flickers, just for a second. Something in the stillness doesn't match the easy target he expected. But his mates are watching. The whole place is watching. He can't back down. Walk away. He laughs, too loud, too forced. From what? A single dad having his little coffee break. What you gonna do? Call the police? Crawl back to whatever hole you came from? The words land hard. Single dad. Ethan feels his jaw tighten. Miller has no idea what those two words carry. The nights. The loss. The promise made to a dying woman. He thinks of Zoe's laugh. Her smile when she runs to him after school. The way she curls into his chest during thunderstorms. Trusting him completely. He thinks of Lena's voice. Let Zoe see a father who controls his strength. Ethan stands. Slow. Deliberate. He rises to his full height. And for the first time, Miller realizes this quiet man isn't small. Lean. Solid. Built from real work, not gym mirrors. A faded scar runs down his left forearm. Now visible with sleeves pushed up. I don't want trouble, Ethan says quietly. I just want to finish my coffee. And pick up my daughter. So I'm going to ask you one more time. Walk away. Miller glances at his mates. Then back at Ethan. The cafe is frozen. MIA's hand hovers near the phone behind the counter. An old bloke in the far corner has lowered his paper. Watching closely. Miller makes his choice. You think you scare me? He steps in, chest out, invading space. You're nothing. Just another black single dad trying to act hard. I've seen 100 of you. Ethan doesn't move. Hands relaxed at his sides. But something in his eyes changes. A cold, calm assessment. Miller mistakes it for weakness. He plants his palm flat on Ethan's chest. And shoves. Ethan takes one step back, absorbs it. Then plants his feet. Last chance, he says. Voice barely above a whisper. You don't want to do this. But Miller's too far gone. Pride. Audience. Ego. He shoves again, harder. What's a guy like you gonna do about it? Ethan feels the wall at his back. No more room. That old, familiar calm settles over him. The calm he felt in 100 contacts. Where hesitation kills. He looks at Miller. And lets the mask slip. Just a fraction. You have no idea who you're talking to. Miller's smirk wavers. Uncertainty flickers for half a second. Then bravado snaps back. He glances at his mates. Derek, Scott, you hearing this guy? He thinks he's somebody. They laugh on cue. But it's nervous. They've seen Jay bully plenty of people. This feels different. Miller turns back. Steps even closer. Ethan can smell the vanilla syrup on his breath. You know what I think? Miller hisses. I think you're exactly what you look like. A broke single dad pretending he's got dignity. Wife probably got smart and left you, right? Found someone better. The words cut deeper than Miller will ever know. Ethan feels the cold fury rise. And immediately locks it down. Breathing steady. Hands still. But behind his eyes, memories flash. Lena in the hospital bed. Face hollow. Hand reaching for his as the machine slowed. Don't, Ethan says quietly. Miller hears the word. Not the warning. Don't tell me the truth. Come on, mate. We both know how this goes. You'll stand there and take it. 'Cause that's what guys like you do. You haven't got the... Hey. The voice cuts across the room. Both men turn. An elderly man is standing up from a corner table. Newspaper abandoned. Thin. Weathered. White hair cropped military short. Even at his age, steel in the spine. That's enough, he says firmly. Leave him alone. Miller's face twists. Mind your own business, Grandad. This doesn't concern you. I'm making it my concern. The old man steps closer. Eyes flicking between them. Measured. Experienced. Whatever problem you think you've got. It's not with this man. Walk away. Miller's mate Derek stands up. Moves to block. You heard him, old-timer. Back off before you get hurt. What happens next is fast. Derek reaches out. Palm on the old man's shoulder. Shoves. The old man stumbles back. Hip catches a table edge. Ethan moves. No thought. Just instinct. 18 years of training wired straight into muscle. 1 second he's against the wall. Next second he's there. Steadying the old man's arm. Body between him and Derek. You all right, sir? The old man nods. But his eyes lock on Ethan. As Ethan reached out, his sleeve rode up. Inside his wrist, small tattoo. A skeletal frog. Bones shaped like a trident. The bone frog. The memorial for fallen Royal Marines and Special Forces. The old man's breath catches. He looks up at Ethan's face. Then the tattoo. Then back again. Recognition. You served, he says quietly. Not a question. Ethan doesn't answer. He helps the old man stand straight. Then turns back to face Miller and his crew. The cafe is silent. MIA's hand is finally on the phone. A young woman nearby is filming, hands shaking. Miller's confusion is growing. His easy target isn't. But instead of backing off, he doubles down. Touching, he sneers. The benefits case saves the pensioner. What a hero. He steps toward Ethan. Finger jabbing. Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna apologize for wasting my time. Then you're gonna pick up your little philosophy book and get out of my sight. And maybe, if you're lucky, I won't follow you to the car park and finish this properly. Ethan watches the finger coming toward his chest. In his head he sees 17 ways to break it. I'm gonna say this once, he says. Voice flat. Clinical. You need to step back. Right now. Miller laughs, too high, too sharp. Or what? That's not a threat. It's information. The old man, still nearby, speaks again. Son, he calls to Miller. I don't know what your problem is. But trust me, listen to him. Miller ignores him. Eyes fixed on Ethan. I'm done talking. His hand shoots out, going for Ethan's collar. Ethan catches the wrist. Clean. Economical. Suddenly Miller's arm is twisted at an angle that burns white hot. He gasps. Knees buckle. Other hand claws uselessly. Let go of me. Not yet, Ethan says, perfectly calm. First, you're going to apologize to that gentleman for shoving him. Then you and your friends are going to leave. And then we are all going to forget this ever happened. Derek and Scott are standing now. Unsure. They've never seen Jay handled like this. The man they follow because he seems powerful. Looks small. Helpless. Face twisted in pain. From what looks like almost no effort. I said, let go. Miller's voice cracks. Ethan releases. Miller stumbles back. Clutching his wrist to his chest. Face flushed, humiliation and rage fighting for control. You're done, he snarls. You have no idea who I am. I'll have police here in 5 minutes. I'll have you done for assault. Ethan says nothing. He stands perfectly still. Weight balanced. Arms relaxed. Anyone who's ever trained in close protection or combat would recognize it. Ready for anything. Derek. Scott. Miller barks. Get over here. They hesitate. Exchange glances. Neither moves. Miller's face twists. He's losing it. Losing face. Every second makes it worse. Fine, he spits. You want to do this alone? Fine. He advances. Fists clenched. Ethan doesn't back up. Nowhere to go. Walk away, he says one last time. I'm giving you this chance because I don't want trouble. But if you swing at me, I will put you on the floor. That's not a threat. That's a promise. Miller hears it. But pride has drowned reason. He's been embarrassed. Defied. In front of witnesses. A man he called worthless has made him look weak. Only one way to fix it. His right fist loops wide. Haymaker aimed at Ethan's jaw. Amateur. Telegraphed. Slow. To Ethan, it might as well be in slow motion. He shifts his head 2 inches left. Fist sails past. Miller's momentum carries him forward. Off balance, overextended. In the space between heartbeats. Ethan moves. Left hand catches the wrist. Guides the punch off course. Right hand comes under the elbow. Applies pressure. Pivots hips. Uses Miller's own weight. Suddenly the big man is spinning. Feet tangle. Center of gravity gone. Miller hits the floor hard. Air explodes from his lungs. Before he can breathe again. Ethan is on him. One knee in the small of the back. One hand pins the wrist behind. Angle that promises breakage if he fights. Other hand presses the neck. Control, not choke. Whole thing took less than 4 seconds. The cafe erupts in whispers. Someone gasps. A cup rattles. The girl filming almost drops her phone. Derek and Scott stand frozen. Faces pale. They've seen pub fights. Street scraps. But not this. This wasn't a fight. This was dismantling. Stay down, Ethan says quietly. Conversational. Don't move. Don't speak. Just stay down until the police arrive. Miller's face is pressed to the floor. Coffee and dust smeared on his cheek. He tries once, writhes. Pain lances through his shoulder. He goes still. Who the hell are you? He gasps. Ethan doesn't answer. The old man approaches slowly. Looks down at Miller. Then up at Ethan. A sad, knowing smile. Royal Marine, he asks quietly. Ethan meets his eyes. Says nothing. The silence is answer enough. Mia finally picks up the phone. Voice shaking as she speaks to the operator. The girl lowers her phone. Staring at Ethan like she's seeing him for the first time. Derek and Scott haven't moved. Prey instinct, recognizing a predator. Minutes stretch. Ethan holds position, no apparent effort. Breathing slow. Heart rate barely up. This is what 18 years gave him. The ability to wait. To endure. To stay calm in the eye of any storm. He thinks of Zoe. The promise to pick her up at 11. He glances at the wall clock. 9:57. Plenty of time. He'll always have time for her. He thinks of Lena. Her voice. Her smile when he came home. Relief, and worry. She always worried the violence would follow him. That the warrior would consume the husband. I'm still here, he thinks. I'm still the man you believed in. On the floor, Miller has stopped fighting. Breath ragged. Bravado gone. Replaced by fear. First time in his adult life. Money, size, position, can't fix this. Sirens in the distance. Growing closer. The old man sits nearby. Vietnam for me, he says to no one. 1st Cavalry, 68 to 70. Looks at Ethan. I know what it looks like. A man who's seen the elephant. You never really lose it, do you? Ethan adjusts his grip slightly. Firm but not cruel. No, sir, he says softly. You never do. Sirens stop outside. Doors slam. 2 officers step in. Hands near belts. Assessing. The older one, nameplate Rodriguez, moves forward calmly. His partner, younger, Thompson, hangs back near the door. Everyone stay where you are, Rodriguez says. Voice firm. No aggression. Someone want to tell me what's happened. Mia speaks first, words rushing out. The man on the floor started it. Knocked this gentleman's coffee over on purpose. Said awful things. Pushed an elderly customer. Then threw a punch. The other man was just defending himself. I saw everything. The girl with the phone steps up. I recorded the whole thing. He's telling the truth. That guy swung first. Rodriguez nods slowly. Approaches Ethan. Sir. I'm going to need you to let him up. Nice and slow. Ethan releases. Lifts his knee. Lets the wrist go. Rises in one smooth motion. Takes 3 steps back. Raises hands to shoulder height. Clear view. Miller scrambles up. Face red with rage and shame. Coffee stains on his polo. Hair a mess. Red mark on his cheek from the floor. Arrest him, he shouts, jabbing a finger. He attacked me. I want him charged with assault. Rodriguez turns, face neutral. Sir, I've got multiple witnesses and video showing you started the physical part. I'd suggest you calm down. This is ridiculous. Do you know who I am? I'm senior manager at Hartley Properties. I know people. I'll have your badge for this. Thompson steps closer. Sir, lower your voice. Miller ignores him. I want to press charges. That man assaulted me. Rodriguez sighs, the sigh of a man who's met 1,000 Millers. Here's what's going to happen, he says evenly. We'll review the video. Take statements. And based on what I've heard already, you're under arrest for assault and disorderly conduct. He nods to Thompson. Cuff him. Miller goes pale. You can't be serious. Thompson moves. Pulls arms back. Click of cuffs, loud in the quiet. You have the right to remain silent. Miller shouts over his shoulder as he's led out. This isn't over. I'll sue everyone here. You'll hear from my lawyer. The door shuts, cutting him off. Derek and Scott slipped out during the chaos. Abandoned their mate. Rodriguez turns back to Ethan. In raising his hands, sleeves rolled up. The bone frog fully visible now. And beside it, Royal Marines Commando. Arched over a dagger. Motto below. The only easy day was yesterday. Rodriguez's posture changes. Subtle respect. Royal Marine, he asks quietly. Ethan lowers his hands. Senior Chief Ethan Cross. Retired. Rodriguez nods. I did 8 years in the paras. Never made your level. But I know what that dagger means. He extends his hand. Thank you for your service, Senior Chief. Ethan shakes it. Appreciate it. Rodriguez pulls out a notebook. I'll need a statement. But this is clearly self-defense. You gave him every chance to walk away. He chose differently. He looks up. Do you want to press charges? Assault would stick. Ethan thinks. Thinks of Miller's impotent rage as he was led away. Thinks of court dates. Disruption to the quiet life he's built. Thinks of Zoe waiting. No, he says. I just want to go home. Rodriguez studies him. Then nods, respect clear. Understood. We've got your details if we need you. Take care, Senior Chief. The old man approaches as Rodriguez moves off. Extends a weathered hand. Frank Morrison. Ethan clasps it. Ethan Cross. You showed remarkable restraint in there, son. That man had no idea how close he came to real trouble. Ethan lets go. He wasn't worth it. Frank smiles, sad, knowing. No. They never are. He pats Ethan's shoulder once. Shared understanding across decades. Take care of that little girl of yours. That's the mission now. Yes, sir. Mia appears beside him. Holding a takeaway cup. Steam curling up. Black coffee. No sugar. On the house. She pauses. Actually, on me. Her eyes still wide. I had no idea you were. I mean, you're always so quiet. Ethan takes the cup. Small smile. Quiet's the goal. He picks up the ruined book. Pages warped. Stained. Marcus Aurelius blurred but not lost. Tucks it into his jacket anyway. Thanks, Mia. For calling the police. For speaking up. She shakes her head. Thank you. That guy's been coming in for months. Acting like he owns the place. Maybe now he'll think twice. Ethan nods. Heads for the door. The cafe slowly comes back to life. Hushed voices. Normal Saturday rhythm returning. But eyes follow him out. He knows the story will be told here for years. He doesn't care. He has somewhere to be. The drive to the music school is 12 minutes. He pulls in at 10:58. 2 minutes early. Turns off the engine. Sits in the quiet. Lets the tension bleed out. Hands steady on the wheel. Breathing slow. Inside, the storm settles. Calm water again. He thinks of Lena. The promise in that hospital room. Her fingers in his. I kept my word, he whispers to the empty car. I controlled it. I didn't let it control me. The school door opens. Kids spill out. Parents wave. Call names. Ethan steps out of the truck. Waits. Then he sees her. Zoe bursts through the door like sunlight. Curly hair in 2 puffs. Backpack glittering with star stickers. She scans the car park. Spots him. Face lights up. Daddy. She runs, full speed. Backpack bouncing. Launches into his arms. He catches her. Lifts her high. Holds her close. She smells of strawberry shampoo. And the faint dusty smell of practice rooms. Hey, baby girl. Daddy, guess what? I played the whole piece today without a single mistake. Mrs. Patterson said I was amazing. Ethan sets her down. Crouches to her level. I'm so proud of you, Zoe. You've been working so hard. She beams. Then face turns serious, proper 8-year-old gravity. You promised ice cream today. You didn't forget, did you? Ethan stands. Takes a small hand. Have I ever forgotten a promise to you? No, she admits. Swings their hands as they walk. But I'm just checking. Chocolate chip cookie dough. With rainbow sprinkles. With rainbow sprinkles, he confirms. They walk across the car park. Father and daughter. Shadows long in the late morning sun. No one watching would guess what happened an hour ago. No one would see the warrior beneath the quiet man in the grey jumper. And that's exactly how Ethan wants it. He helps Zoe into the truck. Buckles her in. Closes the door. Before walking round, he pauses. Looks up at the clear sky. I'm still here, Lena. I'm still the man you believed in. I'm raising her right. Just like I promised. He climbs in. Starts the engine. Pulls away. Zoe chatters beside him. Piano lesson, friend Sophie, ice cream flavors. He listens. Nods. Smiles when she's funny. This is his life now. This is his mission. The only one that ever truly mattered. Never underestimate a man who chooses to live quietly. Silence is not weakness. Sometimes the most dangerous people are the ones who have nothing left to prove. And maybe that's the lesson. We all face moments when someone tries to shrink us. When it'd be easy to explode in anger. Or shrink in shame. But real strength isn't proving yourself to strangers. It's knowing who you are. And what, or who, you're fighting for. For Ethan. It was never about Miller. It was about keeping a promise to the woman he loved. And being the father his daughter deserves. If this story touched you, or if you know someone who needs to hear it, share it. And if you want more stories like this, Stories of quiet courage, real strength, and the moments that matter. Stick around. We'll see you in the next one.